Alright everybody, let's take a look and see what happened this week. Starting with Meta, we're kind of coming back from this little pullback to the downside. The structure is still to the downside on Meta. We have a wave change or a trend change to positive or up. So I'm going to stick with sideways to up for my forecast for Meta for now until something new changes. Next one up here is Amazon. Amazon is still in this sort of moderate but steady uptrend, structures to the upside. The trend on the algorithms is to the upside. I'm going to stick with sideways to up for Amazon. Apple Computer is interesting because you have conflicting signals. We have structure to the downside. The algorithms did turn to the upside, and AI also is indicating upward pressure, but we haven't been able to break above this high, which would be required for me to recognize a trend change. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be announced at the WWDC Worldwide Developers Conference the first week in June, I believe, and based on what they talk about there and their commitment to AI and what they're going to do with their products, I think this is going to be in a holding pattern sideways, and depending on what they say, this thing's either going to go crazy to the upside or crazy to the downside. So hang on to your butts and we'll see what happens when Apple has their developer conference. Next up is Netflix. Netflix is still pretty strong. It had a pretty sharp pullback here. I believe that was on earnings. Structures to the upside, the algorithms are to the upside, AI is to the upside. Now, an interesting thing about them and personally myself is I converted my Netflix account from the almost $30 account to the $7 account with commercials, and I'm guessing that a lot of people in this just shit ass economy are doing the same thing. So I think this may have an impact on their stock price long term, but let's wait and see. That's a big chunk of revenue to just disappear overnight. I know they're using it to try to attract new subscribers to the platform, but it might bite them in the butt unintentionally, so we'll have to wait and see. Moving on to Google. Google is looking pretty strong here. It's been a pretty strong uptrend. Structures to the upside, the algos are to the upside, AI is to the upside. We did bust through the long-time high, so what I am going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and change my forecast to up, sideways to up for Google, because that's looking good. Alright, next up are the currency pairs. Euro USD, nothing really new here, bouncing off an order pool. Sideways to down for me here. Pound dollar, also bouncing off an order pool. Still sideways for me on this currency pair. Dollar USD, or excuse me, dollar yen. Structures to the upside. Algorithm just flipped up. AI showing upside pressure. We just broke through all-time high, so I'm going to stick with my up and away on the dollar yen. Dollar chief, nothing really new here. We've been kind of bouncing sideways in the order pool, so until we tap out that little reservoir of orders, we're probably going to continue to go sideways, so I'm going to stick with the same forecast on that, sideways to up. Bitcoin is next. The cryptocurrencies have been very interesting. Had a pull back down to almost a little below 60,000. We're back up in the 68,000s. The all-time high is right here, around 72. Right now, the algorithms are to the upside. AI is showing upward pressure, but we have downward structure. I think there's a lot of orders to be gobbled up here sideways before this thing starts to go back up again, but I think long term it is going to continue to go up and away. Ethereum, exactly the same story as Bitcoin and Litecoin also. They're all clones of each other's. Let's move on to precious metals. Here's gold. It seems to be some sort of ceiling forming here that we've bounced off of right around 24 and change. Algos are to the upside, structures to the upside, AIs to the upside. So still sideways to up for me on gold. I have the same attitude on gold that I do on cryptocurrencies. These have nowhere to go but up. Let's see here. Silver is next. Same story as gold, although a little straighter trajectory on gold, or excuse me, on silver. So it's going to continue to go up and away. A little minor pullback, structures to the upside, algos are to the upside, AIs to the upside. So yeah, sideways to up on silver as well. That's it for this week. Over and out from Bill. Introducing some new things for 2024. First of which is the FX Morning Mayhem podcast. Each week I will go over my sentiment for the marketplace, point out any significant news of the day, give you my top picks on my watch list, and then hopefully give you some tips and tricks on how you can improve your trading. If you like the FAANG report, you should check out the Trade Faction. The Trade Faction is a Slack channel in which I post my trading plan for the day and go through my trades in detail. If you just want to learn about trading or hang out, you can come to the Trade Faction. Best thing about it, it's free. Just go to the website, click on the link, and join for free.